The president says trade wars are not easy to win, and they're not a good thing. Anytime you lose tens of thousands of dollars of income, it hurts. But I don't think his confrontational style is the way to win a trade war with the Chinese, because they're very patient people. They have a long view of history, and they'll just wait Donald Trump out. I'm hopeful that the deal will be struck. I think the Chinese they still like to buy our soybeans.
In trade, had some wins, but the trade war with China has been devastating. It's been very hard on agriculture. From renewable fuel standpoint, it's been the support has not been there.
He's trying to do something. That's the one thing that I think some people in agriculture were excited about Trump, is he finally talked agriculture. We've been so neglected for so many years from politicians.
I feel like this is
flyover country is the term people use. And Trump comes along. He's the first president in our lifetime to basically talk specifically agriculture.
Why we're picking between two septuagenarians for president, there's got to be better choices out there. So I won't vote for Trump again. The policies that he's put in place and the trade wars that he's started have done nothing but hurt, rural America. He can claim otherwise in every soundbite opportunity that he gets, but the bottom line is the only thing he's done for us is give us a bunch of subsidies to support his poor policy decisions. I think it'll still be closely contested in some of the more rural areas. People are just detached from what they're voting for. I myself don't understand how anybody in the Midwest thinks Trump relates with them and is for them.
The government paid out $12 billion in assistance to help farmers last year. At that point, you called that a bridge too far when we talked. Now they're trying to plan another round, something like $15 billion. What do you say to that, Christopher?
Well, the same thing I did before, and I need to put a clarifier on this. I ended up taking the money, so I had to take it. It was $20,000 to me. $14,000 of it went to repair a tractor transmission. $2,000 of it went to a nonprofit or two, and the rest of it back for taxes. So I didn't take it and buy a boat with it. But what I said at that time works today as well, is that it was an indication that the president's policy wasn't working, or it certainly wasn't working fast enough. And now the president comes back and wants to put an additional amount of money in our pocket. And we have to understand where that money is coming from. Up until yesterday, the president has been very clear that all of these tariff dollars that he wants to transfer to farmers have been coming from China and from Mexico and Canada and so forth, but primarily from China. That's just not true. It's just not true. Those monies, those tariff dollars, come directly from American importers, from American companies that hire American workers, that pay American taxes. And when those dollars, when you buy goods from China to send out to U.S. consumers, those companies pay that, and then they turn around and push that out to consumers to pay. So the president might push out more money to farmers, but let's be clear of where it's coming from, and let's let the taxpayer know that it's not coming from China, and they need to know it. And it's appreciated by farmers, for sure, but we would rather have trade. We'd rather have our markets back.
That's for sure. I mean, we talked last time. You voted for President Trump. You liked I remember you saying you liked his can-do, get-it-done attitude. So now, in this moment, when you say you're in a free fall, what is your message to him?
Well, my message is that certainly I did, and I'll say it again. I voted for the president just because of that. But I was on the Trump train. I was off the Trump train, back and forth. I finally got off at Helsinki because Helsinki was a mess to me. I couldn't stand the waffling and all of that with Putin. So I'm off the Trump train. Where I'm going for now is I got to protect my business. You know, a minute ago, the president, you played a clip that he said that we were patriots. Well, I'll tell you what, to me, that's just a design to make me continue to be quiet, and I'm not going to be quiet.
You know what, Christopher?
Being a
That is
patriot
actually
is this.
something.
I got
that
to
is-
protect my family.
Rick Tellez runs a 750-acre family farm in western Pennsylvania with his father and uncle. They have dairy cattle and grow crops, but nothing is more financially important than the nearly 300 acres of soybeans.
What percentage of your soybeans is exported?
100% of my beans.
100%.
Right.
And he believes almost all of it has gone to China over the years. But with President Trump's tariff war, China is no longer buying U.S. soybeans. Income has plunged 20% on this farm over the last year because of that.
When you're operating on margins of less than single-digit percentage margins, 20% is very devastating. I don't know of any business out there, any businessman out there would keep his doors open, where he would have to take his own equity out of his own.
And that's what you're doing?
Yes, the farm's using the equity it's built up over the years just to survive.
Rick's father, Frank, has been farming here for 70 years, and his uncle Tom is a 60-year farming veteran. All three of them voted for Barack Obama twice for president. But 3 Novembers ago, they were among the many Pennsylvanians who helped decide a presidential election.
Frank, who did you vote for president in 2016?
Mr. Trump.
Right?
Trump.
Mr. Trump.
If the election were today, Frank, would you vote for Donald Trump?
No way. Couldn't happen.
No.
An increasing number of farmers nationwide are frustrated with the president's trade war with China and how his tariff decisions have affected their lives. The Tellez family believes the financial crisis they are dealing with could easily have been avoided.
Yes, I'm angry at him, sure. Do I hate him? No, I don't hate the guy, but yeah, I'm upset with what he does, what he did.
Highland, a wheat farmer who says he's lost $400,000 since Trump took office. Beautiful piece of property you have there, Bob. What's been happening with your business?
Well, we lost pretty much all of our markets since Trump took over. He's dropped out of the TPP. He got rid of NAFTA. I raise a lot of wheat on my farm, and the Pacific Rim countries, they like high-protein wheat, and that's what we raise here. So being the market is low, ever since last year at harvest, this time I sold wheat for $5.70. The market today is $5.82. There used to be up to $1 bonus on protein. From 12 protein to 17, there'd be $1 spread. Right now there's 5 cents. So we raise a lot of high protein wheat. So we're just about taking a $2 hit from last year, $2 to $3 hit. And we're about $70 to $75 an acre we're losing by harvesting a little bit above average crop right now.
So how do you keep going?
Well, older guys like us, we built up equity all our lives. Most farmers are land rich and cash poor. So we'll take out loss loans and stuff against our land and go backwards on the land that we paid for. But there's a lot of young farmers out there that don't have equity, and I worry about them because they're not gonna be able to withstand this. One of my young neighbors told me the other day, he said if his banker said if wheat isn't $4.50, there's going to be a bloodbath this fall. So it's not looking good for farmers at all. I know we're getting some payments coming in here. Where I'm at, we're going to get like $15 an acre, so that's going to still put me at a $60 an acre loss.
Wow. You did not vote for President Trump, you told us, but polls show he does still have some support from the farming community. But are you sensing in the people around where you live a change, a shift?
I think there was a lot of people who voted for him that want to stay loyal to him, but it's going to get to the point where financially, if it's between supporting the president or losing your family farm, this is something we've had in our family for 4 generations, and I know there's families with 5 or 6 generations on the same farm. If they're going to lose that, I think they're going to lose their loyalty really fast.